What's up, everybody? Man, it's your boy, Mr. Dugar, coming at y'all with another live Q&A, yo. um, a lot that happened, man, over the last week, man. Of course, you had LSU Tigers going into Tuscaloosa, beating the Alabama Crimson Tide for the first time in 8 years, yo, 46-41. Philadelphia Eagles was on a bye week. Um, they got a big game this as they taking on, the New England Patriots in the match at the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. The Miami Heat, man, off to a 6-3 start, take on the Detroit Pistons tonight. You know, it just, other NFL, other NBA, other NCAA football, a lot of things going on, yo. So looking forward to it, man. I'm gonna be with y'all for about an hour today. Gotta cut it a little shorter this week. Gotta attend to some things. But I'm looking forward to it, yo. What's up, James Wade, man? Appreciate you tuning in. What's good, home, man? I'm good, man. What's going on with you? What's up, Dwayne RTR? Yo, appreciate you tuning in. What's up, Buccaneers 54? Appreciate you tuning in. What's cracking? What's up, G8 City Blue Devil? Appreciate you tuning in. Congrats to LSU, great game. Hey, greatly appreciated, man. Been a long time coming, man. 8 years is a long time, man, to deal with anything. You know what I'm saying? So I greatly appreciate it. What's up, Z Sean? Haku, appreciate if I'm saying it wrong, apologize. Appreciate you tuning in. Will Carson wins, outplay Tom Brady. You know who? I mean, it's possible, yo. They obviously we asked Wentz to do a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm concerned about the wide receiver core, though, yo. We've got Jordan Matthews, man, which I mean, I guess he's another body, so he should help a little bit. But I'm not, tremendously thrilled about that signing. But it is what it is. But I mean, it's possible, so we're gonna see. I'm definitely looking forward to it, yo. What's up, Brian Dennis Stadium? Appreciate you tuning in. I'm still hurt from the loss, but hopefully we make it to the playoffs and meet y'all again. Roll Tide, y'all got big boy team this year. I mean, hey, I get it, man. I understand. Um, it's interesting. The college football playoff come out tonight, so we're gonna see exactly how far the committee, drops Alabama this week. But I mean, it's very possible, for Alabama and LSU to meet up again. The thing with me is I don't think right now Alabama have like a great resume as compared to some other teams. But I seen somebody brought up a good point. Say if we looking at the Pac-12 with Oregon, if Oregon lost to Auburn and if Alabama go beat Auburn at Auburn, a lot of people gonna look at that. So I mean, it's possible. I would love I would I would definitely it would definitely be something interesting though. What's up, Shannon Monroe? Appreciate you tuning in. What happens to Delpin in the game? Didn't make any big time plays. Um, a lot of that was he didn't really stand out like that, but the one problem Delpit has had this season is wrapping up and tackling. Um, that's been a season long thing. But obviously he's still a great player. Obviously we want him out there on the field. Alabama threw the ball, a lot. Believe it or not, they didn't run Najee. I think that they didn't run Najee Harris enough. Like, because Najee Harris was kind of giving us the business, and they dropped back and kept throwing it with two. I think they threw it over 40 something times. So, Delpa, he normally lines up a lot, around the line of scrimmage. So I just think kind of Bama kind of went away from him, and plus he didn't make as much tackles as I felt like he should have. What's up, Conru girl? Appreciate you tuning in. I made it listening at work. Hey, I greatly appreciate you tuning in, yo. I greatly appreciate that. What's up, RC Head Honcho? Appreciate you tuning in. Whoa, what's that, bro? Hey, man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good, bro. It was a great Saturday, man. It was a great Saturday, yo. What's up, Tiger Raven 18 2018? Appreciate you tuning in. Clemson is already in the ACC championship because Wake Forest lost to Virginia Tech 36-17. Wait, hold on. Yeah, 36-17 on Saturday. I thought the Atlantic Division of the ACC would come down to Clemson and Wake Forest this week. Yeah, I mean, we all knew that was going to happen. uh, the other side of the division is kind of a mess, man. I thought coming into the season, I liked Virginia. I thought Virginia was going to end up facing Clemson in the ACC championship, and they started off strong. They was ranked and everything, but then a couple of their key guys got injured, and they went to Notre Dame, and after that, they just fell off the mat, yo. But yeah, man, Clemson. I mean, like they're the really only decent team to me in the ACC this season. What's up, Six Ink, man? Appreciate you tuning in. Hey, man, LSU is the real deal or not? Go Tigers. That's right, man. LSU is real legit this season, man. Real legit, yo. Watch, we have to play Bama again. I mean, it's possible. It's possible, man. We know, you know how it go. Like we all know the deal, but unlike 2011, man, if it happens again, obviously LSU showed you it wouldn't be a 21 nothing situation again, yo. Did you get my Instagram message? No, I'm gonna have to check. I ain't been on social media in a little bit. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out as soon as I get a chance, though. You got what you wanted to see how Bama Moore would handle the loss. At least he took it like most of us. I mean, I ain't get to see all. I seen he did a couple of other videos. I ain't get to see it, but I did see like one of them. He kind of, I mean, he took it, but he did kind of throw a couple of little, backhanded compliments in there, you know. But I mean, shout out to him, man. I mean, I know he a fan of his team, just like I'm a fan of my Tigers, man. I know we all like to, talk, talk mess and have a good time. So, shout out to him for being a fan. But hey, I just felt like a lot of people didn't really give LSU much respect going. I at least gave Bama respect going into the game. You feel me? And I just felt like it was a lot of people that didn't give us respect going into the game, Let's see, only team that gets credit for losing. Now I will say this, man. The one issue I do have, with the whole Bama possibly getting back into the playoff thing is this. Is a team that gets rewarded for losing. Basically, like say LSU, for example, LSU gonna have to go to the SEC championship game and take on, Georgia, in which will be, a physical football game. Say hypothetically, knock on wood, one of our real key players got injured in that game. Like got injured to the point where they wouldn't be able to return for the semifinals or national championship game. And Alabama is at home sitting down, relaxing, basically, because they didn't make it to the SEC championship game. You basically rewarding a team for losing, giving them like an extra week to prepare. Because, like, let's just be real here. The SEC championship game doesn't matter. Like, it only matters from the standpoint that Georgia has a chance to make the playoff. Now if Georgia go and beats LSU, hypothetically, of course, assuming everybody, nobody else lose another game, then LSU and Georgia will possibly get in. But Alabama is sitting home resting. Like basically being a number 2 seed and getting a number 1 seed bye week type of deal. That's the only issue I really have with that type of stuff. Not to say they're not one of the top 4 teams in the country. I mean, obviously they are, as far as talent is concerned. But my only issue with them getting in is, why they get an extra week to rest when they lost, basically. Now if LSU ain't had to play, in a SEC championship game, then and you go by that, then that's different. But if we're gonna have to go out there and risk injury for a meaningless game that only means something to Georgia, then why, Bama gets an extra week to rest. That's my only issue with that, yo. Oh man, what's up, James Wade, man? Appreciate the super chat, yo. I greatly appreciate it, my brother. Thank you so much, man. Get ready for saving to politic bag. We know it's coming, man. That's one thing. We definitely know it's coming, yo. Um, Be the ODS in about an hour. We will see the new top 10. Bama 5 to 6 probably. I mean, probably so. Me personally, I think obviously you gonna have LSU should be one. I mean, if we ain't won tonight, I think I might stop watching that thing. Ohio State 2, Clemson 3. Probably Georgia 4. And then I'm interested to see where they put Oregon and Utah, yo. I'm interested to see if they put Oregon and Utah ahead of Bama. Now, obviously, they both still play each other potentially in a Pac-12 championship game, which, would help them out a lot that weekend. Obviously, Bama wouldn't be playing. So I'm curious to see how that goes, yo. Alabama schedule. Yeah, I mean, their schedule was a little suspect this season, man. I don't think they played one Power 5 team in their non-conference, yo. I know usually they would at least have like one Power 5 team at a neutral site, but I don't even think they did that this year, yo. And like I've mentioned a while back, what's up with Alabama not having home and homes, man? The neutral site thing is kind of like an extended home game because most of your fans are going to be there. But having a team come to Tuscaloosa and then the following year or the year before you getting up and going play them in their stadium, I don't think Alabama really has done that since the 2011 when they had a home and home with Penn State, yo. Bama beat Auburn shouldn't matter to me because they have a few losses. I mean, you're right. You're right, man. But I mean, you hate, and I hate. It's just that okay. Clearly, we know Bama is talented. We know Bama is great and all that. But at the same time, man, you gotta have a criteria. You can't just holler, "Oh, Bama should be in there. They're a top 4 team." You know what I'm saying? When they went a couple of years ago, was it 2017? I couldn't get too mad at that because, the big was it the Pac-12 and the Big Ten champ had 2 losses, and Alabama only had the 1 loss at Auburn, yo. So it's like in that scenario, you can't really get, and then that scenario, they came real close to still not getting into the playoff. So you can't really get too mad at them for that. But this year, if they have 1 loss, and like say Oregon has 1 loss and Oklahoma has 1 loss, I don't think they should be in over those teams. You know what I'm saying? For the simple fact that you winning your conference championship gotta come should be a tiebreaker. If I got 1 loss and you got 1 loss, I should get in because I won my and you didn't play for your conference championship and I won mine regardless of how strong or weak the conference is, I should be able to get in. You feel me? So my opinion, I think that Utah, Oregon, or Oklahoma, if they all went out, if they all finished with 1 loss and Bama finished with 1 loss, they should get in over them because they won their Pac-12, they won their conference championship. But that's just me, yo. Delpit didn't practice for 2 weeks. Yeah, Delpit was injured too. All the talk was about Tua being injured. Delpit wasn't 100% either, but of course nobody want to talk about that. Jed. All we can do is let the bandwagons hop off. We know who the real fans are. I'm proud to be a Bama fan and always will be. Shout out to you for that, man. You know, the whole I honestly, man, the whole I can't stand y'all. I don't like y'all comes from y'all be surprised how many Louisiana, Alabama fans we got around here that don't know nothing about that Alabama program, but oh, they be winning all the time with Nick Saban. You know, I personally know a guy who hollers Roll Tide, Alabama, that a few years back didn't even know that Auburn was located in the state of Alabama. And they sitting up there throwing Roll Tide in people's face around here. You know, the real Alabama fans, I understand that, y'all went through the Mike Shula days and the guy before Shula, I can't think his name, that had the sanctions and stuff like that. Brian, I'm sure y'all went through a coaching search after you fired Mike Shula. Alabama went through Tommy Tuberville beating Alabama what 7 times in a row before 2008. They dealt with Les Miles beating Alabama 5 times in a row before 2008. And you dealt with having to go get a coaching search. You dealt with a 6-6 Nick Saban first year, including a home loss to UL Monroe. So for the actual Alabama fans who've been there, I got a lot of respect for y'all and respect for what y'all doing. But for all these ones around here in Louisiana hollering Roll Tide just because they want to annoy and aggravate people like myself, that's where the I don't like y'all, I can't stand y'all comes into play, yo. What's up, Roku 3? Appreciate you tuning in. Need to be ready for the Thunder game tonight. Thunder are in Indy tonight. Hey, the Thunder doing a lot better than people thought, man. I know they don't have a whole lot of wins on the season, but their games have been real competitive, yo. Shout out to the Thunder, man. What's up, Brandon Reese? Appreciate you tuning in. What's up, Mr. Duga? I wouldn't be surprised if Bama falls to number 7, considering Georgia won and Penn State lost on the road compared to Bama losing at home, plus being down by 3 TDs at one point. I mean, yeah, I don't think they'll drop them that far, but I don't think they should be up there as much as people believe they should be, yo. Um, Another thing, man, a lot of these national people still ain't really giving LSU credit for winning this game, man. They more so focus on like, does Alabama still belong? You know, that game, honestly, man, is not to take anything away from Alabama. They fought back. I got a lot of respect for that team for that. But let's just be real. If you sat there and watched all 4 quarters of that game, that was not a 5-point game. Like LSU was much more in control of that game than what the score indicates, yo. It's kind of like the Auburn game where I know LSU ended up winning by 3, but LSU was in much more control of that Auburn game than that score indicated, yo. But I mean, it is what it is, man. If they let them get back in this season, considering like the schedule, the lack of a Power Five non-conference game, and if Utah, Oregon, and Oklahoma all have 2 losses, then I mean, hey, you got to put them in. Just like a couple of years ago, hey, you got to put them in. But if they got 1 loss and those conference champs have 1 loss, it'll be a tragedy to me, yo. What NBA game are you most interested in? Oh, what's up, Troy? Um, caught sick. Appreciate you tuning in. Obviously for me, the Miami Heat take on the Detroit Pistons tonight. So that's the game I'm really most interested in. Me, you, and cockroaches will outlast them all. Hey, you too, Dwayne RTR. Yo, if you one of them Bama fans that been there too, shout out to you, man. It's those, like I said, it's those bandwagon Louisiana, Alabama fans that give y'all a bad name, yo. I just want to make a point. The Cowboys beating the Eagles is like winning a Super Bowl to them. At least that's what I tell my Cowboy fan co-workers. Hey, what's so funny about them, man? Like they talk all that. Yes, granted they beat my Eagles. They blew us out. They ran through us, yo.
I cannot deny that. But it's so funny that after all of that, Eagles and Cowboys are still tied on top of the NFC East. They can't run away with the division, yo. As much as they talk, as much as they want to say their team is that much better than ours and all this other nonsense, they still cannot run away with this division, yo. Like that's like obviously right now, talent for talent, Dallas is a got more talent than the Eagles, yo, across the board. But it's kind of like, to quote Stephen A, they just find ways to not live up to their talent. Part of it, I guess you could say, it's a coaching issue with Jason Garrett, and that's why I'm like, yo, despite all of this, the Eagles will probably still win this division, man. That game was the SEC championship. Georgia is simply not going to beat y'all. Matter of fact, I think they should replace the East team, likely Georgia, and put us in with y'all in Atlanta. I mean, yeah, I mean Georgia. I mean, clearly, obviously, Alabama, I think, is better than Georgia, obviously. But I mean, Georgia game not gonna be easy though. They got a great offensive line. They got a bunch of 4 and 5 star recruits over there too. But I've been feeling like for a while, since 2011, I've been feeling like the SEC should probably go away with divisions like they did in basketball and just let the two best teams, like the Big 12, the two best records, play for the SEC championship game. Because I do believe that Alabama is better than Georgia, but we gonna see, man. I don't think that it's a total lock that Georgia beats Auburn this week, yo. Um, Auburn is tougher than people. I know people make fun of them because of their offense pretty much stinks. I know people make fun of them. Bo Nix is terrible when it comes to him throwing the football. But man, I'm telling you, like that same LSU offense that scored 46 in Tuscaloosa was held to 23 by Auburn, yo. Now, granted, I don't the game wasn't as close as the score indicated, just like Alabama. Auburn got pretty much a garbage time touchdown late to cut it to 3. But Auburn played that front four for Auburn, that front seven, matter of fact, for Auburn is real legit, and they at home, yo. I ain't gonna just get them that win over Georgia, like over Auburn like that, yo. If Georgia beats Auburn on Saturday, they win the SEC East. Yeah, they do. They got Auburn, and then they got A&M at home next week. So yeah, they just gotta. To me, I think they just gotta win one of those two games, and they lock it up, yo. I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah, yo, that's how I feel, man. That's exactly how I feel. What's up, Mike Jink? Go Gators. Appreciate you tuning in. How you feel about them flexing our game against the Seahawks to 1 p.m. next week? Oh, really? I was not aware of that. Like, I was not aware that that happened, yo. Um, to be honest, I actually like it. I know, Seattle is a West Coast team. Letting them come to Philly play early, like letting them play real early. Basically, it's gonna still be what you know morning time, like 10 o'clock daytime. So I don't have that big of a problem with it. But thanks for letting me know that. I was not. I didn't even see that yet. I wasn't aware of that, yo. But that is interesting. So what game? Let me ask you, what game did they move to Sunday night? Um, LOL, get rid of the dog. I'm not gonna lie, I really lost respect for Coach O after giving us those F bombs. It's totally fine being excited, but you can't be reach these kids to be acting that way to other teams. I'm glad you brought that up, yo. I meant to do a video about that, but I got kind of busy. I'm gonna say something about that, yo. I don't have a problem with Coach O saying what he said for the simple fact that it wasn't supposed to be out there like that. It's kind of like, okay, we Braves fans. Like, a lot of our fellow Braves fans had a problem with the St. Louis Cardinal manager saying all what he was saying about the Braves in the locker room. And I told people, I don't have a problem with it. It was an emotional 5-game series. They came on the road to Atlanta and kicked our behinds, 10 runs in the first inning. He fired up, yo. I don't have a problem with Coach O saying what he was saying for the simple fact that, like I said, first of all, it's a private moment. That young man had no business going Instagram live at that moment. You know what I'm saying? And Alabama been beating us. Coach O is a Louisiana native. Granted, he hasn't been at LSU for the whole 8-game losing streak that LSU had to Alabama. But he's a Louisiana native, yo. And that, if y'all would have had the camera on me during the game, I dropped a bunch of expletives too. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of stuff to say. I'm sure that it's time Saban said things too in the locker room too that nobody recorded and caught him on camera saying. So I don't have a problem with it, yo. It fired up the team. Obviously, the team enjoyed it. It was meant for the team. It wasn't meant for Alabama to see. It wasn't meant for us to see. It was meant strictly for those players. And if you look at the reaction, those players loved it. It fired up our team, yo. He didn't use a racial slur. He didn't say anything homophobic. You know, if he would have said anything racial or homophobic, then okay, yeah, that's a problem. He didn't say anything about Nick Saban or any of those players personally. You know, it's a rival, and he's speaking as a fan and to his team. Yo, we've been hearing that we can't beat that team, yo. We go and play them on the. That was a big time win for LSU, and he's emotional. He's fired up. The man almost cried in the post game interview on the field. I understand Alabama fans feeling some type of way about it, but you know, unless you're an LSU fan, you really not gonna understand it. It's kind of like when Alabama beat Auburn for the first time after Auburn beat them 7 times in a row. If you know, if your head coach wasn't Nick Saban, if your head coach was a overlooked coach, yo, because let's not forget, a lot of people, me personally, I wanted Jimbo at first, yo. I'm not gonna lie. And a lot of people felt like Coach O was not qualified for this job because of his previous experience at Ole Miss. The man did a great job at USC, and USC refused to give him an opportunity. Look how they look today. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about everything, man, like everything Coach O been through, everything that this program been through, everything that we've been through as fans, that was a big moment, yo. And we feel like, hey, we coming for him, yo. Like we coming for him. There are a lot of Louisiana, Alabama fans out here, man, that throw, and it's not y'all. It's not y'all. It's those Louisiana, Alabama fans around here that throw that roll tide stuff all in our face, yo, each and every day. I deal with a couple of them, and they still not giving LSU credit. All they want to talk about is we gonna beat y'all again when we get there, when it ain't even guaranteed Alabama get there. You know, it ain't even guaranteed LSU get there right now. So, you know, I can't tell y'all how y'all to, I understand if you feel some type of way about it. But for LSU fans, like me personally, if it was the other way, like I said, when the Braves lost to the Cardinals and the Cardinals, Smith, whatever the manager name was dropping those F-bombs in the locker room, I didn't have a problem with it, because I understand in the heat of competition and the fact that this was private. It's not like he went and said this in the post game. It was private that it got out there. I don't have a problem with it. But that's just my opinion, yo. Oh man, what's up, our head honcho? Appreciate the super chat, my brother. Greatly, greatly appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, yo, for the LSUW. Go Tigers. That's right, man. Go Tigers, yo. I still wanted to say congrats, y'all got us. I thought we were going to win by 10, but I was wrong. Hey, I appreciate it, yo. Right now, right now, the way things look with Miles Brennan, I would pick Alabama to beat LSU next year with Miles Brennan projected to be our quarterback, yo. But this year, LSU was just better this year. It was LSU time, yo. It's been a long time coming, yo. Coach O was disrespectful. I don't see other coaches doing that. The reason you don't see other coaches doing that is because their kids don't record them in the locker room. Like, that's why. Like, the kid recorded Coach O unexpectedly. Like that wasn't supposed to be out there. So I'm sure coaches do that, yo. Like if you played high school or college sports, you know, I've played for teams where coaches said stuff, you know what I'm saying? Fired up in the moment. To me, it's all about how those young men responded. Like I said, if he said something racial, something homophobic, if he said something, that was offensive, then I get it. He is just a fired up coach, firing up his team. As you see the reaction, the team was fired. He was just talking to his team personally, yo. So that wasn't supposed to get out there, you know. How was Coach so disrespectful? I don't believe he was disrespectful either. You know, it was disrespectful to publish that private locker room moment. I got no problem with Coach O. Yeah, appreciate it. Like the only thing that was disrespectful is that it got out there. Like it wasn't supposed. Like I said, I went live for halftime, but trust me, y'all seen if you watch my halftime video and my post game video again, you seen how my voice was going away. Trust me, I had a lot of expletives to say during that game. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing racial, nothing personal, nothing homophobic. It's a fired up moment, and we really wanted to win this game, yo. You see in the word, Bama always stunting, man. Nope, don't nobody care about how y'all feel. Take your L and all that comes with it for 8 years. We did. I mean, that's a fair point, man. I mean, LSU fans not gonna apologize for that. RC in the locker room, coach who said roll tide. He said the tide. I mean, I don't find nothing wrong. I mean, and it's not by me just saying that because I'm an LSU fan. I'm an Atlanta Braves fan, and the St. Louis Cardinals manager basically did the same thing after they embarrassed the Braves in Atlanta, and I didn't have a problem with it. Like you winning, you in the privacy of your own locker room. Like sports and winning in competition is a real emotional thing. Like it's real emotion. LSU and Alabama is a rivalry, yo. It's a heated rivalry. You mean to tell me after Tommy Tuberville was beating Alabama all those years, he didn't have some things to say? You know what I'm saying? Didn't what was it? I forgot which coach it was. I'm gonna have to go back and forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think I've seen was it Bear Bryant or somebody said something negative about Auburn. Like, I mean, coaches do that. Like, it was a private moment. It's a rivalry. Was so fun. Like college football, like it's a rivalry. Is where we from most of the time. It's heated, yo. It's a heated rivalry. It's You got to deal. Unlike the NFL, you got to deal with recruiting. Both teams are recruiting the same players. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot. It's a lot emotional testosterone type of things going on, yo. I don't have a problem with it, yo. Well, just because he ain't a robot like Saban don't mean he disrespectful. He coaches with more passion, so who really cares about a saying? I mean, that's how I feel, and I'm sure Saban said some things. It never got out there. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Chandler Hodge? Appreciate you tuning in. I'm a Cowboys super fan, but my Dallas Cowboys is not a Super Bowl contender. I thank you so much for being an honest Cowboy fan, man. Because my goodness, bro, Dallas fan, y'all know how I feel, man. And the whole after they beat a team is like, they beat the Giants on Monday night, yo. The lowly New York Giants, who are terrible. And it's like, Super Bowl, how about them Cowboys? Like, bro, you beat the Giants. You know what I'm saying? Even when they beat my Eagles, it's like, we do got to play again. Like, unlike the LSU Alabama situation where it's a chance they play again, with Dallas and Philly, hey, it's a factual thing. They play again in Philly. And look, after all that, we tied 5-4. We both 5-4 tied on top of the NFC East after all that, yo. But I greatly appreciate you being a realistic fan, man. Saban, Smart, O'Sweeney wouldn't make comments like that, but it's all good. Enjoy the win. Best team won that day. I mean, but at the same time, Nick Saban and Dabo Sweeney wasn't wasn't told that you don't deserve this job. Like they not, they not. I'm sure if Dabo Sweeney got Alabama gig where he played his dream job, which I'm sure it is, and he lost Auburn beat Alabama 7, 8 years in a row. It's 8 years in a row, man. But personally, like, I'm trying to explain it, but at the end of the day, if nobody else like our coach, honestly, we don't care. Like, I'm trying to explain it, but obviously, if nobody like Coach O, LSU fans, we really don't care, you know. But Coach O is a great guy, man. He's a fired up guy. He's passionate. He cares. You know, I don't have me person. If it was the other way around, if LSU was always beating Bama and Bama finally broke through and beat them, and like, or say whenever LSU beat Bama 5 times in a row, and then Nick Saban went back over there, and then he beat LSU in Death Valley, and he said something like that, we gonna beat them in recruiting, we gonna beat them on the field, F them, I wouldn't have a problem with it. They beat us. Like, I don't have a problem. He didn't say nothing racial, nothing homophobic, nothing personal. I don't have a problem with it. It's is part of in the spirit of competition. Whatever fires up, it fired up the team, and to me, that's all that matters, yo. It wasn't meant to be out there. What's up, Mudfoot 21? Appreciate you tuning in. What's up, Mr. Dugas? Was that a catch by Thad Moss? I think it was, just like his dad. Honestly, I don't know the rule technically, but obviously, I think if they were to call it incomplete on the field, they would have leave it at incomplete. So, I'm happy it was, you know. But that was a great play by him, man. Shout out to him, man. Thad Moss has been a very underrated player on this team, also, man. This LSU team is just so. This gotta be 2011 team was fun because of the Honey Badger. You know how he just would make plays, constantly. But this is the funnest LSU team I've ever seen, man. If anything, I don't know if it's the greatest, but it's definitely the most fun. The way that this offense just is just prolific, man. The way that you got people like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who was a 3-star prospect, who's somebody like I'll honestly say I wanted to see more of the freshmen coming into the year than him. But, he's proven himself to be, a Darren Sproles type of player who, as we see as an Eagle fan, I know the impact that Darren Sproles had on the league all these years. Now, granted, he's a little longer in the tooth now, but look how long Darren Sproles has lasted in the NFL, yo. Clyde Edwards-Helaire could be a great change of pace back in the NFL, or a third down back, running between the tackles, catching out of the backfield, picking up blitzes, going on punt returns. Guys like that, Thad Moss, man, who he wasn't a high, I know, he get a lot of profile because Randy Moss is his dad, but, he wasn't a big time recruit coming in, well, he went to North Carolina State and then transferred to LSU. Jambalaya Joe, man, who could possibly look like winning the Heisman this year. Overlooked, didn't win the job at Ohio State. So all those guys, man, it's just amazing, man. But that catch was amazing. Like every bit of it, yo. Um, Saban is robotic, no emotion. That's why Sweeney has more swagger with his team. Saban act like playing at Bama is like working at a Fortune 500 company, and it's just football. Like obviously, he's like the Bill Belichick of college football, and obviously his way has worked as far as having Alabama. Every year they've been there in the playoff, yo. Um, every year they either, with the exception of his first season, I want to say without doing research, just off the top of my head, with the exception of his first season, and I think the 2010 season, every year besides 2007 and 2010, they either been in this college football playoff, the championship game, or a BCS game. So obviously he gets top recruiting classes, it works. But at some point, and I'm not even sure if it's that time yet. For LSU to completely take over Bama, LSU got to start getting big time quarterbacks in back to back to back to back like Clemson is doing, you know. But at some point, it rears its head. At some point, it ends. You know what I'm saying? And I think, and what I will say is, like I said, I don't think it's over for Bama yet as far as being a dominant football team. But I think we're more closer to the end than the beginning. What's up, Gator Champs 2020 bet? Appreciate you tuning in. What's up, Mister? What's up, dude? What's LSU going to do next year without Burrow? That's a great question. Obviously, me being just honest, I'm not a Miles Brennan fan. Right now, Miles Brennan is projected to be LSU's starting quarterback next season. I'm not a big fan of his, yo. I don't think that he's nowhere near the quarterback Jambalaya Joe is. If Miles Brennan is thrown out there at quarterback, it's a possibility that LSU could lose to Alabama, um, Texas A&M, Florida, and Auburn, and maybe even Texas. So now, obviously, I don't think they lose all those games, but I'm not a big fan of his, yo. I love Joe Brady, as a play caller. I thought the play calling was magnificent on Saturday. But now Peter Parrish, who is a young man from Alabama, he's a big time prospect, yo. And he's extremely talented. The problem with him though is, can he process it up here? Can he know where his reads at? Can he know where to go with the football whenever times get tough? So right now, I'm me being honest, I don't think LSU will be a great contender. Now the talent will be there. Like all the the only skill guys that may be gone is Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Justin Jefferson. Jamar Chase, Terrence Marshall, Thaddeus Moss, all of those guys are back next season, along with the two freshman running backs we got now, along with some more big time wide receivers and tight ends coming into the class next year. LSU I think is the number 2 recruiting class right now behind Clemson for next season. So it depends on the quarterback situation, yo. It depends if Peter Parrish ready to beat out Miles Brennan, or if Coach O could get a late transfer, a big time guy who don't quite win the job somewhere else, and just like Jambalaya Joe did. Um, what's up, Chandler Highs, man? Appreciate. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot I just spoke to you. Yo. I hate the Eagles, but I respect you and the Eagles. Hey, I greatly appreciate it. I hate the Cowboys too with a passion, but I do appreciate somebody like yourself, man. You already worried about next year's shows. How you feel about your games this year? Where you think we will be in the new poll tonight? Um, oh, well, that question was for Brian Daddy Stater, but I'll elaborate on that too. That's a great question, man. I definitely think I don't think they're in the top 4. I could see them possibly putting them number 5, yo. They replaced it with Packers, 49ers. Well, hey, God, thanks for letting me know. That's smart on their part. That's smart on their part, yo. That is definitely a big, big, big time football game. Packers and 49ers, basically battling for home field advantage in the NFC. So I don't have a problem with that. That's actually a good decision by them. And I think it may do the Eagles favor getting to play the Seahawks a lot earlier in the day, by them being a West Coast team. What's up, Wendell? Leslie, appreciate you tuning in. Alabama should be like 9 or 10. Nah, they ain't gonna drop that far, man. 5 to 6 UGA will be 4, I think. Yeah, I could see that. Georgia has problems under Kirby Smart when it comes to playing the SEC West teams on the road. They are 0-3 on the road against the SEC West. That's a good stat, yo. Also, a couple of years ago, when the year Georgia made it to
national championship game. Georgia, what the score was like 31-7 or something like that. Georgia got blown out by Auburn. I wouldn't put that game past Auburn to win that game, yo. Nah, with the way LSU played in the second half, Bama shouldn't be dead. Yeah, they'll be a little. It's funny, but they'll be higher than that. It doesn't look like you got a new phone. Hey, I know, yo. I was supposed to, but what happened was some other unexpected things came up that I had to spend money on. So yeah, I wasn't able to get it yet, yo. I know I should get it within the next couple of weeks, but I don't want to break no more promises to everybody. So I won't even say when I'm gonna get it. Just know one day y'all gonna tune into the live, man, and y'all gonna be like, oh, okay, he finally got another phone. Yeah, I was supposed to have it last week, actually, but some other things came up, man. It's funny how like, things come up all of a sudden unexpectedly. But nothing serious, everything all good. But yeah, I wasn't so because I had to spend money on that, I wasn't able to get another phone. I do apologize. I am aware of how bad, that everything looks when I get to look at it after I'm done. But just know I promise y'all eventually y'all go tune into the live, yo, and y'all won't have this problem no more. I promise y'all that, yo. Emotional win. Bag is emotional words. Coach O is Louisiana to the core. That's why the players play hard for him. I couldn't have said here, RC Head Hunter. I couldn't have said that any better, yo. That's why I say for Alabama fans, they wouldn't understand it. As an LSU fan, we understand how Coach O felt, yo. We understand what that moment means. Like we are a program trying to overlap Alabama, yo. We trying to take over Alabama, man. We've been getting beat by them for a long time, So it's an emotional game. It's an emotional moment, yo. He's fired up, and it fired up the team. Just look at how the team responded to what he said. It fired those guys up. That's why they play hard for him. That's why they go out there and they love him, yo. So I love having him as our coach, man. I don't have like I said, if other people don't get it, I mean, I don't know what else to say, but I don't have a problem with it, yo. Eagles next offseason need some linebackers and cornerbacks, and I've been worried as a Cowboy fan. I actually think the Eagles are okay at linebacker. They don't have great linebackers, but they got some young guys like T.J. Edwards, Nathan Gary, Kamir Grugier-Hill, Nigel Bradham. He's been injured, but he's still out there. Cornerbacks, yes. I don't love the ones that we have now anyway. But even after this year, Ronald Darby and Jalen Mills are free agents. What the Eagles really need next season is wide receivers. I think Alshon Jeffrey is gone after this season. Nelson Aguilar is a free agent, and it's a debate if we bring back we got him under contract another year. It's a debate if we bring back a 33-year-old Deshaun Jackson that's just basically missed a whole season. So I think next season the Eagles gonna need a brand new wide receiver core, yo. Yo, that's just locker room banter. It gets heated. It's dudes talking to dudes. Hey, appreciate it, yo. That's what I'm trying to say, man. I don't understand people being so offended by it. If he said something racial, if he said something personal, if he said something homophobic, then yes, that's a problem. But I didn't hear any of that. I just seen an emotional guy, like you said, talking to young men. You know what I'm saying? And he's fired up, and they're fired up, yo. Like I say, if y'all was with me during this game, I've dropped some F-bombs and all that also. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't, like I said, I ain't saying nothing personal, nothing homophobic or racial, but in the heat of the moment, I'm fired up too, yo. So I don't know. Fact, Shannon, this ain't the Tea Party. I mean, that's how I feel, yo. When the St. Louis Cardinals manager talked trash about the Braves in their locker room, I didn't have a problem with that neither. I think Mr. Dugas should make a slogan called "I got the same for." And if y'all don't like it, be called "Time to Make It Right."
Hey, that's a good one, yo. That's a good one. I like that 6 8. I like that. That's funny, man. nah, but I will. Man, I promise y'all, I will eventually get another phone, man. Hopefully before Thanksgiving, man. But I promise y'all, I will get another phone, man. I didn't. I understand how bad, That's why I greatly appreciate every one of y'all for still tuning in to me on these lives, man. Considering how bad this phone looks, yo. So I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And I'm honored that all of y'all are still tuning into your boy, yo. Penn State lost. Oklahoma almost lost. They really don't have any quality wins that helps us. I really think we have a shot even if they went out. Um, I mean that's possible with Oklahoma. But they still do the thing with the Big 12. They still, them beating Baylor, despite, we probably none of us think, which hey, we probably none of us think that Baylor is a big time team. But at the same time, they undefeated, and if Oklahoma beat them on the road, that's a quality win. If Oklahoma gets another shot at, Texas or Baylor or somebody in the Big 12 championship, the thing is Oklahoma still has a chance to get some quality wins. With Bama, the one sort of quality win they have left is Auburn on the road. So me personally, I think it'll be tough to Bama needs Oklahoma and Oregon to lose, or Utah, or somebody like that. I think, if one of those teams, even if people put Bama ranked higher tonight, when the final poll come, that Sunday, if it's one loss Bama, one loss Oregon, one loss Oklahoma, it's hard for me to imagine that they're gonna keep a one loss conference champion, that got a couple of top 25 wins over a team that got one top 25 win that didn't win the conference. All right, y'all. Sorry, I gotta cut it real short tonight. Yo, gotta go tend to some things real quick before this college football poll come out. Like I said, eventually, man, I'm gonna try to get another phone, man. Eventually, I'm gonna try to get another phone for everybody, man. Sorry if I didn't get a chance to respond to your comment, yo, but I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in, man. I love every last one of y'all, yo. Like I said, I love doing this, man. And I love y'all coming in, talking, hollering at your boy, yo. It's fun, regardless of who you root for, man. I love doing this and I love talking to you each and every Tuesday, yo. Stay tuned for the videos throughout the week, yo. I will go live at halftime for the LSU Ole Miss game on Saturday. I'm gonna try to go live at halftime for the Eagles Patriots game Sunday. And if those games are competitive in the fort, I'll go live in the fort for those games also, yo. And I'll see y'all same time next Tuesday, man. Until then, man, y'all have a blessed one. I greatly appreciate y'all tuning in. Talk to y'all. Stay tuned for the videos throughout the week, and talk to y'all this weekend, and talk to y'all next Tuesday. Y'all have a blessed one.